ladies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, make sure you guys subscribe and also give this video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Hit that bell so you can be notified for when I post the next video I post, because trust me, you do not want to miss it. And also make sure you guys go follow your girl on all of my social media accounts. It will be in the description down below. So make sure you guys go give your girl a follow if you don't follow me already. As you guys can see by the title, today's video is going to be a story time, and this story time is about the worst job that I've ever had in my entire life. So enough of the talking, let's get straight into it. My whole life I've had a total of maybe like 5 jobs if I'm not mistaken, so I'm going to give y'all the backstory on these jobs. I started working at the age of 15, so this hustle stuff really been in me. I've been working since like 14 or 15. I think I was 15 if I'm not mistaken. I worked at a beauty salon at the age of 15. I was the receptionist. I answered the phones, I cleaned, and I also did paperwork for my manager. I don't know why she had me doing that, but she did. So I worked there for like a year to like 16. Then I left there at 16 because I was in a program and the program was up. I stopped working there, and then at 17 I worked at 2 nursing home jobs, and I worked in a kitchen for both of those jobs. And the second nursing home job I worked at, I got laid off due to COVID, so I couldn't work there. But so I stopped working for like a year. I worked there for like a year, and then after the year COVID happened, so I got laid off due to that. But your girl was still getting money. Even though I wasn't working there, I was still getting money, period, as I should. So that was that. So then I worked at a hotel job last year. I'm not going to tell y'all the names of these places because not too much. I worked at a hotel job. I was a laundry attendant. That job was okay. But before I left that job, I asked a family member about her job that she was working at, and I had her put me on. So that's exactly what she did. She gave me their number. So I called them and I was like, hi, I'm interested in the lighthouse keeping position. And she was just like, yeah, I'll have you come in to fill out an application. So the next day I went in to fill out an application. Before I even quit that job, I had wanted to make sure that it was guaranteed that I had this job at the home care place, which is this story is about the home care company. So I went there. She told me I had the job on spot. And she told me to come in for orientation, but before that I had to go get a TB shot done, and when I came back, you know, let them see it. So that's what I ended up doing. So the next week I went in for orientation. I made sure I brought all of my paperwork that I needed. I brought in my routing number, my account number, and it's a paper that I had to fill out. So I filled out the paper and I put my routing and account number, and I looked over it 5 times to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Keep this in mind, I did not miss anything. I know for a fact I did because I looked over it more than once. Keep that in mind. I took my picture and I got like a little ID card, and that was just that. Everybody was nice and cool. I met everybody. Like I said, everybody was nice and cool. They were going over like, would you like to work with someone who has cats, dogs, dementia, whatever it is? And I'm just like, yes, everything is fine. That's fine with me as long as the person isn't, you know, crazy. I don't have time for that. I didn't tell them that, of course. Mind you, I hate cats, but I was like, that's fine as long as the cat's not on me and I don't have to do anything that has to do with the cats. Keep that in mind too. So they found me a person. We're going to give him the name Catman because he loved him some cats. I'm going to explain more on why he has that name. So Catman, I was introduced to him. They assigned me to go to him. So I went, I signed in. Mind you, at this point, this is the beginning of January, by the way. This is this year. This happened this year in the beginning of January, by the way, if I didn't mention that. I went in there, I introduced myself to him. The STNA who was there before me, she showed me around, showed me, you know, what to do, basically. And she was like, he's very nice, chill, sweet, which he is at times. But we're gonna get into that. So she ended up leaving, so it was just me and him by myself, and it had on the phone a list of things for me to do. Basically just clean around the house, make him lunch for me, who stays overnight. Already will feed him breakfast, so I would just have to feed him lunch or a snack or whatever it is he wanted, which most of the time he never wanted lunch. He just wanted a little snack, chips or something. So that's what I gave him. He mostly sat in the chair, slept all day, basically watched TV, and I forgot exactly what happened to him, but he had dementia. I knew that for a fact because he would forget stuff. It's like he knows stuff, but he would forget stuff. Had a great conversation. He was very nice, very sweet at that point, and at this point it was like 2 weeks of me working there. Another issue I had with this job was they would not pay me my money. And I know you're like, what do you mean they didn't pay you? I'm gonna get into that. So the first check I was supposed to get was gonna be a written out check. It wasn't gonna get direct deposit to my account because this was the first check that I would get from them. So she told me that was fine. I got my first check. So at this point, it's like 2 weeks of me working there, or 3 weeks at this point. So I'm supposed to get this next check direct deposit to my account. The next morning I woke up, I'm looking for this check. It's nowhere to be in my account. I'm refreshing it. I even called the bank. The bank is like, we don't see anything from the company's name. We don't see anything from them. They didn't send anything over. We would see it on our end, and we haven't got anything on our end. So I'm like, okay, cool. Called the bank twice. Talked to the bank twice. They're still saying the same thing. It's not on their end. We don't see anything. So I ended up calling my job. Thing turns out, she didn't even put the last 3 digits of my routing or account number. I can't remember which one. I think it was my route number. She didn't even put the last numbers on my route number. And then she's going to try to blame it on me. Like, that's not my fault. I know for a fact I wrote down everything right and correct, and I double checked more than once. It was not on my end. It was on her end. And the fact that she was trying to blame it on me is just like, you know you guilty. That's why you're trying to blame it on me. Like, no, it's your fault, not my fault. So that was the red flag number 1. And I should have quit that job when they didn't pay me my money on time. I really seen Catman's true colors. So the STNA before me, she was there trying to teach me how to play a card game so I could play with him, because his sister wanted us to play like card games with him to get his body going and get his mind going. So she was sitting down teaching me how to do it, and I was just learning how to do the card game. He's over here sitting in his chair watching TV. I guess he was trying to reach for his coffee cup, and his coffee cup literally spilled on the floor. Next thing you know, here he is on the floor trying to clean it up with his bare hands. Like, I'm sorry, sir, but what is that going to do? You cleaning it with your hands? It's not doing nothing. Like, he's literally like this. So we just get up instantly and we're like, okay, she got paper towels to give to him so he could clean it up. And then we were like, okay, we can take it from here, because it's like, you shouldn't be on your knees trying to clean up this. We're gonna help you out. He literally started yelling at us like, y'all should have been watching me, y'all should have helped me, y'all over there playing games. He's literally cussing us out, mad at us, all red in the face like a tomato, because he's mad he spilled his coffee on the floor. Mind you, he is perfectly capable of getting his own coffee, getting his own food. He can do everything on his own, but he just forgets things, which is the problem. Hours later, he came up to me and apologized, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I was trying to get my coffee and it fell on the floor. I'm sorry. And he just kept saying he was sorry, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, because, you know, I'm not about to go back and forth with somebody who's older. I respect my elders as long as they respect me, period. If you disrespectful to me, I'm gonna be disrespectful to you. But as far as a job go, I'm not gonna be disrespectful. But if it's somebody on the street, an old person being disrespectful to me, I'm being disrespectful back. If you want respect, you have to give respect. And if you're not giving respect, I'm not going to respect you. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you young, old, I don't care. Be respectful and I will be respectful back. And that's just how I am. Now that I think about it, it was so many red flags with this job, with him being crazy, with them not paying me on time, giving me my money on time. It was just a mess. And mind you, the money never ever got direct deposit to my account. They had to eventually write me a check. I had to wait a whole week to get a check. It's like I have things I have to pay for as well. It was just annoying and rude and unprofessional to me. And the way they were talking to me and going about the situation was very unprofessional and not organized at all. That situation happened, and literally a week later, he really showed why he was a cat man. So every single morning I would go there, he would feed his cats. I would give him his medicine because he had to take his pills at like 9 a.m. and this day he was just really trying to argue with me on why he don't need to take his pills, and I'm like, you have to take your pills. This is something that you have to do. So he eventually took them, got mad at me because he had to take his medicine, which he knew he had to take them. It was just so annoying. Mind you, I only had to work with him for like 4 hours, but he was just putting me through it the whole 4 hours, putting me through hell. And I was just like, this is just too much. This day, he's being annoying with the pills, don't want to take his pills. So then he asked me, could I make him some oatmeal? So I made him some oatmeal. I'm gonna get the cat food ready over there while I'm over here getting his oatmeal ready. So I just took the oatmeal out of the microwave. Y'all, I kid y'all not, he literally got the cat food, got the spoon out of his oatmeal, poured the cat food in his oatmeal, and tried to eat it. I cannot make this up. He really poured the cat food in his oatmeal, then was mixing it up, and picked it up and did this. I said, oh, you can't eat the cat food. Why can't I eat the cat food? If it's something that I want to do, I can do that. So then he's yelling at me, telling me he can eat the cat food if he wants to, and I'm not the boss of him and I can't tell him what to do. And I'm just like, no, he isn't cussing me out because he cannot eat cat food. Like, what is wrong with him eating cat food? It was literally right here. Like, he was about to open his mouth and put the cat food in his mouth, the oatmeal and cat food mixed together in his mouth. I'm like, you're supposed to be over here feeding the cats while I'm getting your oatmeal ready, so once you come back in and wash your hands, you can eat your oatmeal. So he's trying to eat the cat food, and I'm like, you can't do that. He's like, why can't I do that? I said, because it's cat food. Cat foods are for the cats. Oatmeal is for you, a human. So he's literally going back and forth with me for like 5 minutes, and then after the 5 minutes, it's like he started getting angrier and angrier and madder and rude. He's trying to get close to me, and I'm backing up like, you don't be all up in my face. Say what you want to say and how you want to say it, but don't be all up in my face, because at the end of the day, I'm a woman and you a man. Don't be trying to step to me. I was like, he is really crazy. Disrespectful. He didn't say any cuss words, but the way he was saying stuff was very rude and disrespectful. I eat cat food. That's not normal. That's not right. That's not something you're supposed to do. And I'm just trying to explain that to him, but I'm saying it in a calm, nice way. I'm not being rude or disrespectful. I'm just being nice and calm while he's being crazy and showing his true colors. Like I said, he was a nice, sweet man, but he just had a different side of him that it really came out that day. I never seen somebody so mad and angry, face so red. He's white, so his face was very red. He was very mad and angry. So then eventually I had enough. I called his sister, and she was cussing him out. She was like, she's there to help you. You can't eat cat food. That's not something you're supposed to do. That's not normal. That's right. He's over here, well, if I want to eat cat food, I can eat it. She was like, no, you cannot do that. She said, I will be there in an hour, because I don't understand why he's trying to eat cat food. He hasn't tried to eat the cat food while I was there. That was the first time I ever seen him try to eat cat food, ever, out of the whole time I was working there. And I was working there for about a month at this point. I remember somebody telling me that he did try to eat the cat food before. He did eat it, actually. He did eat cat food before. So I'm like, this is not new to him. He likes it. But I'm like, nah, I'm not about to let him eat this cat food. And then they be like, Iyanna, let him eat cat food. I didn't let him do nothing. I told them, like, I do not want to work with him anymore. I want to be unassigned to working with him. How mad he got and how he was getting close to me, I don't feel comfortable working with him, because I don't know what he's gonna do. She was like, okay, we are unassigning you to him. So that's what ended up happening. I worked there. At this point, I had like 1 or 2 hours left, so I just stayed there. His sister ended up coming, and he was calm, and then he's apologized. But I'm like, okay, thanks for your apology, but I still don't feel comfortable with working with you or being here with you in the house by myself. No, work with him anymore. He's too much. and I ended up not working with him. I just feel like his family needed to put him in a nursing home. It's no way he should be in this big house by himself. Yes, he's getting 24-hour care, but I just feel like he needed to be in a nursing home, and his family is dead wrong for not putting him in one. His sister, she was doing her own thing. His brother was doing his own thing. His children lived in like New York or Chicago, to the point where I'm supposed to get another check. The same situation happened. It didn't get direct deposit to my account. I had to wait the whole week to get a check. Like, it was just so annoying and frustrating. I was over it. I worked at that job in months. I haven't even thought about going back to that job. They really had me effed up, like, for real. I would never in my life work there again. I wouldn't even recommend anyone to work at that company. I would say that situation happened like Tuesday, and she was supposed to assign me to a new client that week or that beginning of this next week. 2 weeks went by and she didn't even find nobody for me, so I just quit. I got the job and I quit because it's like, at this point, it's been 2 weeks. Y'all haven't found a new client for me, and y'all got me missing out on money. Like, if it's gonna be like this, I could have went to a different job and, you know, got hired there. Every time about the worst job I ever had in my life, and never again. I don't think I would ever do home care ever again. It's too much and I don't have the time for it. Something that has to do with nursing homes, doctors, home care, whatever, I will never do it again. I just recently went back to one of my nursing home jobs, and I worked there for a few months, but I stopped working there because I will tell y'all about that, because I have something exciting that's about to happen. So I will tell y'all about that once it happens. Okay, so stay tuned for that information. Following my dreams and doing what makes me happy, which is YouTube, doing makeup, and having my boutique business. So those are the 3 things that make me happy, and those are the 3 things that I want to do for the rest of my life. So I'm about to pursue it and make things happen. If you guys enjoy, like I said, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, subscribe for more, and I will catch you guys in the next video, period.